Hey everybody, Modern Classics, and I first wanted to start off by saying thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, please subscribe. So what we have here is a 1952 CZ52. It's a Czechoslovakian military surplus pistol, and it's chambered in a 7.62 by 25 Tokarev. And when I purchased this, it also came with a 9mm Luger conversion barrel. So we're going to swap out the barrels today. I'm going to run some 9mm through it. And reason being is the 7.62 is a little bit hard to come by. It's a little bit more expensive. And I figured if I have the 9mm barrel, might as well go for it. So first thing we want to do is safety check the pistol. We're going to pop out the magazine. See there's nothing in there. Rack the slide. It's empty. And so we're just going to break this down here. Okay, we have the little takedown tabs right here. And I found the easiest way to take the barrel out is just to take a punch. They tell you that you can use the magazine and pull on there, but not a whole lot of gripping area, and you might slip out. So best bet is to find a nice punch that fits in the bore. This one happens to be a 3/16. Just fit that right down in there. Pull this back to clear and just release it nice and easy. This one has the stock spring, the stock barrel. This one has a unique roller locking system. So these rollers are held in place by a roll pin here, and you have this little slide mechanism, and that's how this thing's set up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to punch the pin out here. And you can see there's two sides to it. There's a little peen here, so you're going to want to punch from this side out, push it, be able to release this out, and then you can take your rollers out. And we're just going to use these parts on the 9mm barrel. What I'd like to do pretty soon here is Harrington makes some upgraded rollers, and there's also another company that has some replacement parts for these surplus weapons. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to support the barrel with this plastic block, and we're just going to gently tap that roll pin out. All right, so now that we have the roll pin out, we're just going to slide the ramp out. We're going to take the two rollers out. And we're going to orient them the same way just for the wear purposes. And like I said, we're going to put some hardened ones in here. But for now, I just want to test this out. So you can see here's the 7.62 on the right and the 9mm on the left. And you can just see the difference in the bore. The 9mm is just a little bit bigger. The 7.62 is about a 30 cal. And assembly is just the reverse. We're going to put our slide in here, slide ramp. And drop our rollers in. That's a little bit. All right, so we're all back together now, and everything seems to be working pretty good. It's a little tight here in the rollers, but that'll wear in. I'm not too concerned about that. The pin's flush. And what I'm going to do is, this is a brand new barrel, so I'm going to clean it. And I like using this RB17. So we're going to put a little bit of this on our brush. It's a gel cleaner. Got our 9mm brush. Just going to put some on there. And we're just going to slide it down in the bore, run it through. Just put just a little bit more on there. And we're just going to let that sit a little bit. I'm also going to run 30 cal brush through the 7.62 because I ran some old military surplus ammo through there. It's a little bit corrosive, and I want to put this thing away nice and clean. So I'm going to run the RB17 down through that as well. Let that soak in a little bit, and then we're going to run some patches through there. So, and then this, I'm going to put a little bit of gun oil in it and put it away so that way everything stays nice and clean. All right, so we're gonna let that soak a minute, and we're gonna spray a little bit of this rem oil down there just to kind of clean up the bore a little bit, and then we're gonna just run some patches through there. So I just have these little small patches. I use the brush and just push it through. You can see all the gunpowder residue, and just run a another clean patch through there. See, still coming through. Sometimes I just turn them around and use the other side, use these up a little bit. Like I say, we're going to put this away for a little bit until I get some ammo. And I just want to make sure it goes away nice and clean. Yep, still getting some residue there. So we're just going to do the same thing with this 9mm barrel. I'm going to spray some rem oil down there just to help clean it up. And we're going to run these patches through this. And then this we're going to take out today. We're going to go fire this. And this one's pretty clean already. Run a few more patches through, just make sure it's good and clean in there. You don't want a whole lot of oil in there. And we'll just run one more here, and we should be good to go. All right, so we're gonna run that. And reverse is pretty easy. Just put the spring on there. Again, we're just gonna drop this in here like so. We're gonna use our punch to help guide it in. Okay, everything's locked in there. Looks like it's working good. Just line that up, lock that in place. And again, with these old CZs, you don't want to, dry fire the weapon. They do have a decocker on here. You want to be careful because they're not 100% reliable. There's nothing in here, so we're just going to use the decocker. But you can always release the hammer with the trigger at the same time. And yeah, we're going to run the 9 through it and see how this pistol works. I'm excited about it.